knowing Corne, his spirit, you know, he's not a quitter and fighting back. It's always challenging, but that's what you want. I mean, who wants to come here and flick a coin and say, okay, that's the winner? You're there to compete. You're out there to outwit your opponent.
Gentlemen, welcome to your next Salvation duel. Now, as you know, there are only 6 players left in this game. So the power of Salvation has become increasingly influential in this game, especially if you consider the way the votes have been split at the last tribal councils. Now more than ever, the ability to burn up one vote, reducing it to ashes and making it null and void, can really mean the difference between staying in this game and being voted out at tribal council. So, no pressure. Mark, at this point you lead with 3 Salvation wins to Corne's 1. Does that mean we can expect a comeback from you, Corne?
People that have played rugby with me know how much I hate losing. So it hasn't been great. Before the Salvation Cup, my wins against Mark were quite good. But 3-1 to him, so hopefully to pull one back today.
Right, let's see what happens. You guys ready to get to it?
Yep.
This is how it's going to work. Each of you will stand by in the water on the opposite ends of a wooden swing bar. On my go, you'll start pushing in the same direction. Aim of the game is to push with more force than your opponent until you get your swing bar all the way across and touching the marker in the middle. If you manage to do that, you score a point. First one to 3 wins this challenge and walks away with the power of Salvation. Now, we'll flip a coin to see who goes on which side, and then we'll change sides after every round. Corne, that's heads, the other side is tails. Call it.
Tails.
Heads it is.
Ah, I can't believe it. You won them all.
It really, actually, I don't think it's going to really matter much, but I'll start on that side.
We'll start on that side. All right, it is time to do this. Let's go.
When he has the opportunity to call, he calls tail. When I get the opportunity to call, I also call tails, but tails doesn't work for me.
Mark Fish and Corne Krieger battling it out for the Salvation Cup. Captains ready. First to 3 wins this challenge. Go! Corne already on the back foot right from the get-go. Mark making his way into the scoring zone. But suddenly there's a standoff. Corne holding ground. Mark now pushing with all his might. Corne gaining some ground. Corne making a run for his scoring zone, and he does. Resisted by Mark. Mark now back into the scoring zone. Almost a standoff, but Mark is right next to the scoring marker. Moments away. And he scores! First point to Mark Fish.
My strategy today was to use speed and strength.
Go. Corne making an immediate run for that score, for that marker. And he's almost there. He scores! Corne scores a point.
Fine.
Side's lower.
Quick one, yeah.
So you went on the one side first, and that side was a little bit lower. And if your center of gravity is lower, you got a lot more strength. On the other side, you start going higher and higher, and your strength above your chest height is not great. So there was a slight advantage on the one side.
Right, at this point in the game, the scoreboard is even with 1 point each. First to 3 wins this challenge. Captains ready. Go! Corne, first one to attack in this round. Ooh, Corne loses grip. That gives Mark a chance to get in there, but he doesn't lose his place. This is not just a game of brute force, but strategy as well. Corne now struggling to hold that position. Mark slowly but surely inching his way forward into that scoring zone, closer to that bamboo marker. Corne slow. Corne uses a slip tactic to gain some ground. Unfortunately, not enough to get into his scoring zone. Mark closer than ever. Now Mark slips, he scores! 2 points to Mark.
You know, I'm doing all right for the footballers. You know, as defenders, we rock solid because it's important to be defenders, that you don't concede goals.
Right, at this point, Mark leading with 2 points to 1. Mark, if you score, you win this challenge. Corne, if you score, it is equal, and we'll move on. Captain's ready.
Yep.
Go! Corne slowly inching his way towards that score marker. Cornet scores! Split seconds, Mark almost grabbing an opportunity there.
Was on purpose.
No, that's what I wanted to do in the one before.
He's got you dirty this time.
Right, gentlemen. Once again, neck and neck, 2 points each. This is the decider round. Person who wins this round wins the Salvation Cup, the power to potentially save someone from that vote at Tribal Council. Stakes are very high. Captain's ready. Go! Cornet making the first move, and he's almost there, but Mark's holding it. Cornet moments away. Cornet scores! The challenge goes to Cornet Krieger.
Got into a bit of a rhythm there and just managed to win the last one, which I'm really happy about.
Well, Cornet, you did say you're going to make a comeback, and you've done so in spectacular fashion, might I say. So that's 3 points to 2, meaning that you have the power of salvation. Mark, you leave powerless tonight.
I certainly do.
Mark, thank you. See you later at Tribal Council.
Well done, mate.
Well, Cornet, you've certainly earned the Salvation Cup this time round. A bit of personal sacrifice there.
It was a physical one again today, so I had to back myself to win it. I didn't want to make it 4-1. Wouldn't sound good. All my mates back home saying you can lose, but never lose against a soccer player. So Mark's a great competitor, and I was happy to pull this one through.
Indeed, you have. Now, the question remains, who will it be for? Now, I know you guys have stated your criteria for a win.
Yeah.
For the person you think deserves to go all the way. Has that changed in any way as the game's progressed?
Not really. Fortunately, myself and Mark have the same beliefs as to who we want to stay in the game. I just hope that whoever gets it tonight, that they actually appreciate, how much work it takes to actually win the Salvation Cup. But I've got a clear idea of which type of person I'd like to support.
One would imagine there are a few obvious choices. What about the guys who aren't so obvious, who are slowly starting to make a name for themselves in the challenges?
You can mention them. David is 53 years old. He's the oldest guy in the group, and he's starting to stand up in some of the challenges. Sivu hung on to that wall the other day and outlasted everybody. I was extremely proud of a guy like him. And the guys are taking the Salvation Cup into consideration, and Mark and I are keen to actually make a difference because we work bloody hard for it.
Well, you certainly have deserved this win. I'll see you later at Tribal Council, so use it wisely.
I will do.
Great.
Cheers.
See you later.